Hey there, Forever 40 here, and today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of my entire topical arsenal. This does not include like acid treatments, but it includes every topical product that I have in my cabinet, in my toolbox. So let's get started. I do my double cleanse with micellar water. So this is the oil cleanse of my double cleanse. Now, if you haven't heard of double cleansing, it's where you use a oil-based cleanser and then you follow it up with a water-based cleanser. So the principle behind that is like dissolves like. And I don't have anything against oil cleansers. It's just I need to be careful with my time investment, being a stay-at-home mom. So I use micellar water instead of an oil cleanse, and it breaks up all the SPF I have, the amount of makeup that I wear. This is an appropriate level of tool for that job. So that's how I start out my cleanse at night. And then I do this, usually it's a gentle cleanser. Its second ingredient is glycerin, and that's really hydrating. It's really yeah, it's not going to disrupt the skin barrier. So I'll usually use this in the morning, but sometimes I use it at night too, after my micellar water. Then if I'm looking for a little more thorough of a cleanse, if I'm like in the second half of my cycle, if you know what I mean, ladies, the pores are a little more clogged, this is a salicylic cleanser. It is AB foaming cleanser with glycolic and salicylic acid by Platinum Skincare. They are my favorite skincare line, skincare company, I should say, and I really like their cleanser. I'm going to, next time they have a sale, I'm going to pick up their, I think it's called 3-in-1 cleanser, because it's got like the little exfoliating particles in there that I think I would benefit from, because I've been needing just a little more, I don't know, just a little more action on the cleansing front. So then sometimes at night, I will, after I've cleansed, I will go in with these Zero Pore Pads by Medicube. They are really fun. I really like the texture of them. I can get a good, like, get a good scrub, and oftentimes I'll even boost them with this glycolic acid toner. So I will use this pad to wipe around my face, and then I will boost it with this glycolic toner. This is 10%, yeah, 10% glycolic, and it's got a little bit of a sting to it. And then I'll let that sit on my skin while I brush my teeth and do a couple things, maybe load the dishwasher, whatever. And then after that, I will rinse, like just do a real quick rinse to get any residue off, because the glycolic toner does leave a little hint of a sticky kind of residue if I don't rinse it off. So that clears the way for my nighttime routine. And twice a day, I use Argilarine. Now, what I've done here is I didn't like the dropper. This is from The Ordinary. Originally, it was sold with a dropper, and I switched it out with a spray nozzle. And so I really just use Argilarine on my forehead. These lines used to be way more angry, and this has made a big difference. So Argilarine is a neuropeptide. It blunts the signal to the muscle. This is that notorious Botox in a bottle product, but it's really not as nearly as strong as Botox. But I mean, I call it my poor man Botox because I mean, so if you look at my forehead, I usually am very expressive. See, I'm like opening my eyes. Usually I would get I the amount of surprise that I am sending to my forehead right now, it should have gone up. Now I get about, I would say, 20% suppression when I use this twice a day. And that's just enough to keep things a little bit more placid. And I really love that. So this has been a game changer for me. I tried to go without it, and oh my goodness, that was what cemented Argilarine into my routine. Was after using it for a while, I tried to go without it, and my forehead was the Grand Canyon again. So I went and spent my $9.70 and bought my Argilarine again. So I use about 3 to 4 bottles a year, which is really nothing. I mean, it's $9 something per bottle. So now let's remember our pillar of routine. It's vitamin A, vitamin B for barrier, vitamin C for collagen, plus SPF consistently. So here we go. I have my tretinoin is my vitamin A. So if you get, this is prescription only. Tretinoin, this is the 0.025%. This is 20 times stronger than any over-the-counter vitamin A. So that tells me I didn't even have to go to a dermatologist to get this. I told my primary care doctor. He was like, is there anything I can help you with? I was like, yeah, I need some tretinoin. And he said, for what? And I said, for this. And he was like, okay, it's your face. So yeah, I just told him, hey, this is what I want. It was, I think I got a coupon on goodrx.com or something like that. I paid maybe 20 bucks for this tube. And this tube, this is the biggest pillar in my skincare routine. This has the most science behind it. Vitamin A has been proven since like the 1960s to be the heaviest hitter when it comes to topicals. Don't let the cosmetic industry try to knock a pharmaceutical off the throne, okay? I could rant about this, but yeah, I'm trying to hold back. Yeah, the level that pharmaceutical companies, the standardization with them, the purity of product that they're held to. I mean, the cosmetic industry, nobody's checking on them. They don't have any red tape. They just have all of, at best a bunch of hearsay to talk about their like latest and greatest like unicorn products that don't hold a candle, quite honestly, to the tidal wave of research behind vitamin A. So vitamin A, incorporate that. Do what you gotta do. This was a fraction of the cost of the typical vitamin A over the counter, and it's 20 times stronger. Enough said. Okay, I'll shut up now. Probably the most expensive product that I have in my arsenal is this peptide cocktail by Platinum Skincare. Now, what I did, so they have this they're called Dr. Platinum's potions, and you can choose 4 off of the list that they have. They've got peptides, they have stem cell products, they have growth factors, I want to say. Anyways, that's all part of the list. Going down the list, what I wanted was, so I know that I just looked at their list and plucked out the highest percentage concentrations that they have because they list the concentration. So I went with Syn-TC, so that's Syn Total Collagen, Syn-Ake, SYN-AKE, which is a relative of the Argilarine. It is also a neuropeptide because I was like, okay, I'm gonna spread that around my face. Sculpt Essence, which is also, helps with elasticity if I remember correctly, and Progeline, which is more of a like firming type of peptide. So those are the 4 I went with, and I really couldn't decide. So I went with just the highest concentrations, because that's what I wanted, was to get like the most bang for my buck. And you can do like, if you're really into just one of the peptides, you can do like 3 Syn-TC and then 1 portion Progeline. You know, you can double up or triple up, even quadruple up like one product, and you get a price break when you order a 4-pack 1 ounce quantity versus a 1/4 ounce quantity of the individuals. So that's why I did it that way. This retails for $149. It is very concentrated. What I do is I mix it 50% with their DermaSnap 8LM. This is their moisturizer that they have. This also has peptides in it as well. It's got a bunch, it's got Lufacil, Matrixyl, Actogen O2, Syncol. I mean, if you go to their website and look at this product, DermaSnap, it they list all of the like benefits of each of these things that I'm listing off here. This thing is loaded, so I'm taking a loaded product and I am cutting it with another loaded product. And this is my peptide powerhouse solution. I use this twice a day, but I use very little of it. I use maybe between this mixture, this 50-50 mixture, I pump out the equivalent of, I would say, like 2.5 drops for my entire face, but I do it twice a day. Peptides work their best when you use them twice a day. So there's that. I will list everything below, just so you know. Okay. Now, vitamin B is for barrier. You might have heard me say before, I'll say it again. By definition, your skin, its operation is to act as a barrier. So by definition, you cannot have healthy skin without a healthy barrier. And I use Platinum Skincare's Vitamin B Complex. This is a fantastic moisturizer. It's a little bit on the gel side of a moisturizer, but it's so nice. It goes on, it sinks in really easily. I use it on top of my tretinoin, and it really has widened the bandwidth of capacity for my skin to tolerate actives and devices and treatments, and it's just given my skin that like extra tolerance that I needed in order to get the best results from the things I'm doing to it. So Vitamin B Complex from Platinum Skincare. Then, so in the morning, I use my vitamin C. I am in the process of waiting for Platinum Skincare to come out with their new vitamin C. I want to investigate that, but then I also have in my cart a dupe for the SkinCeuticals vitamin C ferulic. So in case you didn't know, that product had a patent on it for the longest time, and it was $185, still is, and their patent ran out. This product is the flagship of L-ascorbic acids, like science. So the C and the E and the L-ascorbic acid, vitamin E plus ferulic, it's a very stable formula, and it was used in a lot of studies where they've proven the efficacy of L-ascorbic acid. So I have Dr. Brenner's is the maker of the one that's in my cart. It's a 20% CE ferulic. I'll link it below. It's next on my list as soon as this runs out. This is what I'm using right now. Vitamin C Complex Serum by Naturium. And in their ingredients, I'm a little perplexed by this because in their ingredients it says ascorbic acid, not L-ascorbic acid. And I did a quick search online and it said, like, the search said that they're the same, but I'm a little suspicious that it's not, because why wouldn't they say L-ascorbic? Anyways, it gets the job done. I feel like I've checked my vitamin C box with this product, but I am really looking forward to widening that pillar of my skincare with the proven formula, the CE Ferulic, because I mean, I don't want to mess around with something as important as vitamin C. Now, my little tagline, you know, vitamin C is for collagen, so it's a double-edged sword. Vitamin C is a cofactor in the production of collagen. So not only is it acting as an antioxidant and helping to prevent the breakdown of collagen, but it's also turning around and helping build collagen. So it's such an important ingredient to have in a solid skincare routine. I would consider a skincare routine to be incomplete without L-ascorbic acid, which is the active form of vitamin C. So anyways, that's my whole 2 cents, maybe 25 cents on the vitamin C situation of my cabinet. Okay, so copper peptides. I have the first generation of Dr. Pickart's. Dr. Pickart is the guy who invented copper peptides. He's the one who discovered and invented the whole copper peptide thing in skincare. So this is GHK Luxe. It's an eye cream. I use it on my lids because, I mean, they're hooded and I can't really get away with putting tretinoin on my lids quite yet. I did last year. I got to the point where I could tolerate it on my lids last year, and that was great. And what was it? I was trying to get pregnant, and so I had to like stop for a minute. I still am trying to get pregnant, so I have to keep a really good eye on, you know, my cycle and what I'm doing with that, but and that's a side note. Anyways, so I am using this on my eyelids. You can see this is 2% copper peptide. It's got that beautiful blue color. It's a really rich eye cream. It's really nice. I haven't been using it for very long, at least not long enough to see results yet. I mean, anything, it doesn't matter what you're using. I mean, I haven't been using tretinoin long enough to be seeing results, honestly. Yeah, so this is the first generation eye cream. This first generation cannot be mixed with tretinoin or acids like vitamin C, so it has to be kind of a standalone product when you're using it. Unlike the second generation copper peptide. So this is what I use if I'm layering with other actives. This is the second generation Dr. Pickart's copper peptide. So this is Super Cop 2X extra strength. This is really strong. You're supposed to only use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Copper peptides are great for skin remodeling. Any kind of thing where the skin has lost its integrity. I tell you what, I was using this and alternating it with the topical acid for this little, it's a little ice pick acne scar right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it used to be a lot worse. And I did TCA Cross on this thing for like 9 months. Okay, I did 9 TCA Cross treatments on that thing, and it didn't move the needle as much as copper peptides. What I did, I spackled this into my scar, and then I left it overnight, and then the next night would spackle an acid solution into it, and I could feel it burning, and it really worked on the tissue in there and helped regenerate that tissue. It was a very interesting process. I can go over it a little bit later. I don't want to get too much into it in this video, but yeah, copper peptides can be a game changer for certain things, and I do plan on using them a lot more when I can't use my tretinoin. So if and when I do get pregnant, I will be switching over to switching off the vitamin A and into more acids and more copper peptides in order to hold up that end of my routine. Okay, so at night I use Revive Lash. Yeah, that's what it's called. This stuff, this is the second tube that I've used. Now, I love trying new things. I love experimenting, and I tried Scoro Lash in between my first one of these, and that lasted me so long. I went through 2 tubes of it. It was an okay product, but this stuff, my lashes, I mean, I've barely got 1 coat of mascara on right now, but this right here is a lot for me. I don't have much hair, okay? If I fluff it up, I can make it look like it, but my hair is really fine. My my eyebrows are tinted. They're really fine hairs, and I don't have that much of them. So this stuff has really been a game changer. This is a non-prostaglandin product. So prostaglandin is that prescription medication that has made its way into the cosmetic industry when it comes to lash growth, and it works, okay? Like, it will make your lashes grow, okay? It acts, I think, kind of like okay, I shouldn't talk about how it acts because I don't have a clear mechanism in my mind. I used to work in the eye care industry. Anyways, it started out as a glaucoma medication, but a few of the side effects of long-term use are not very great. It can reduce the amount of orbital fat that you have, so leading to a sunken in look. It can also darken the eye color as well, so that's if it gets in the eye, which, I mean, you're gonna get it in your eye eventually, like a little bit. So I chose not to go with prostaglandin based lash serums, but I mean, I don't need to with this product. This really helps my lashes. Okay, so in the morning, I have been going with the sunscreen. This is the mineral sunscreen that I use. It's a little thick, and any mineral sunscreen that you use is going to be a little bit on the greasy side when it dries down, which in the winter is actually like no problem for me because I need the extra moisture anyways. But in the summertime, it gets a little rough, okay? Like, especially if your hair is down and blowing in your face, and then it's almost like I've got lip gloss on my face when I wear mineral sunscreen. But I'm so consistent with sunscreen, and I know that there isn't hard evidence that chemical sunscreen is bad for you, but I just like to err on the safe side with how much sunscreen I use. So I do have, this stuff right here, the Matte Universal, this is a chemical sunscreen, and I use this a lot too, but the Forsaken thing. I will put a heavy dose of this on, and then in pursuit of a matte finish, if I'm trying to like get a little more cosmetic achievement or just like will cover up a little bit of that stickiness, I will do a top layer of this matte finish by Dermatology. Now, you're not supposed to mix mineral and chemical sunscreen. You're not supposed to mix two sunscreens, period, because they are formulated very uniquely, and you will not be getting the SPF stated on the bottle. But this is how I get through. This is actually only 1 month out of the year that I actually do it, and that's this month, okay? But I just wanted to throw that out there, get that tidbit of information out there as like a little asterisk. But this is what I'm doing to just get the job done with what I have. I don't want to purchase more stuff until I've kind of made it through this. Sometimes I will layer on this product on the base layer of my SPF. So this is a non-tinted version of sunscreen. It's in a little pump jar, and it's Dermatology's Daydream Broad Spectrum SPF. So this is mineral, this is mineral, this is chemical. And another trick that you can do if your SPF is not drying down more matte finish is what you can do is take some clear cosmetic powder and powder it on. I've been struggling lately with that just because I don't like the buildup on my face, and I've been resoluting to the 2 types of sunscreen. Oh, my kid. I can't get through a video. Poor guy. He'll survive. Okay, so we're almost going through here. This stuff here is amazing, okay? These are the jelly masks by Medicube. They go on clear, okay? After I do my skincare, I will spatula on this mask and let it dry down. I'm Mrs. Shiny Face throughout the night, and it dries down completely. It's shiny, but it's dry to the touch, and it seals in all of my skincare. And the next morning, oh my goodness, I am filled in and puffed out. My wrinkles, oh my god, they're fully like reconstituted into regular skin. It's so impressive. I bought a second tube because I was so scared of running out of the first one. These are different colors. This one is advertised, the yellow one is advertised with lightening ingredients like kojic acid, turmeric, but these are like the last ingredients on the list, so I'm not sure if it's even doing anything. And then this one is the collagen extract. Now, we all know collagen does not penetrate into the skin. It can be nice as a moisturizing ingredient, but it's not. Putting collagen on your skin doesn't boost your collagen in your skin. And then I will sometimes, if my barrier needs a little extra boost, this is Soothing Barrier and Support Serum by The Ordinary. I do have a handful of Ordinary products like in my arsenal to just reach for when I have the need for certain ingredients just kind of temporarily. So we'll go through those in just a second. I also recently bought this One Day Exosome Shot 7500. So this is Riedel Shot. So in other words, this has spicules in it. The little spicules, they're like little tiny, I think, I don't know if this brand sources the spicules as like coral reef. So like little pieces of coral reef that are like little needles that penetrate, prick your skin in order to enhance the penetration of your products. So this is what that is. This is the more dense version of it. So it's got more of the spicules. It's 7,500 spicules. I don't know by what volume. But this stuff, you can feel it kind of like prickle in your skin. I use this like, now that I am done with my IPL series, I plan on using this twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, to just enhance the penetration of my skincare that I'm using at night. Sometimes, like, so my plan is twice a week to do like a really stacked skincare routine at night, where I just maximize the number of layers and then just seal it in with my jelly mask and, you know, top it off with some oil before I do that, etc. Just to really kind of like pack it all in, you know? So speaking of oil, I have this little dropper that I've kind of mixed up. This is emu oil, which is great for its penetrative properties, mixed 50-50 with castor oil. And then I've added frankincense essential oil in it. And then, in addition to that, I have been taking an antioxidant that's like supercharged. This antioxidant that I've been taking orally is called astaxanthin, and that is part of the carotenoid family. And what I did was I broke one of those little like gel pills of astaxanthin and I put it into this oil, because it's an oil-based substance. And look at that color. I mean, I put 1 pill in here. I use 1 drop of this and my face is orange. I mean, it makes sense. It's the carotenoid family, but that is potent. So this is my oil topper that I use every once in a while at night to seal it in. Only like 1 to 2 drops max. That's all you need. Okay, so from Dermatology, I have this barrier repair mask. This is super thick. It's almost kind of gel-like. It's not very creamy. It's very gel-like, but it's super like thick. It's heavy in the glycerin. I think it's glycerin based, which is great for a lot of people, but I found out the hard way that, yeah, glycerin is the second ingredient. I found out the hard way that glycerin does not penetrate in my skin. For some reason, it just likes to sit on top of my skin. So I don't use this very often. What I plan on doing actually with this product is using this as a topper to my skincare, because it is water-based, and using my Medicube with the EMS setting, so electric muscle stimulation. I do want to eventually give that a good 30 days at least of experimentation before I make a decision on that function of the device. I use the device every day for its electroporation, for like penetration of my ingredients, but the other functions are kind of left unexplored by me. So I will be doing a little deeper dive into that, and it does need a water-based skincare something in between the device and your skin. So this is the Dermatology brightening eye masks. I've used like half of them. They're great. This product has a cult following and I had to check it out. But I have come to the conclusion that when it comes to eye masks, if I'm gonna be using them, I'm gonna just use the reusable ones with the skincare that I already have, because the skincare that I have is already like so tailored to my needs, and It's already purchased, it's already researched, and if I want to like have it sink into my skin and do like a concentrated like application of that, I can use the reusable little like eye pads or eye masks and do it with that. So this was great. I got to explore it, but I don't think I'm gonna be repurchasing just because it would be redundant. Okay, so we're getting into the least used items of my arsenal here. This is the Matrixyl 10% by The Ordinary. Sometimes I will use this under the gel when I do my microcurrent. I have the zip, and yeah, so when you do microcurrent, it pushes whatever you have on your face into your face too. So I like to just, throw a little something extra underneath there. I'll also use this like if I'm gonna do red light and I don't have my May Sama. This is Green Rooibos serum. Now this, you should check out their website. Their products are very researched. I love the science that they put behind their products of May Sama. In fact, I want their red light panel because it pulses and that creates like a respiration with your skin cells, and it really enhances the effects of the red light. What also enhances the effects of the red light is this product. This is a very boosting antioxidant rich formula, and it has been shown in studies to really boost the efficacy of red light therapy. So I will use this when I use my red light mask most of the time, if I have it handy. Sometimes I reach for the Matrixyl if I'm in a hurry and a pinch. Salicylic acid, 2% by The Ordinary, under 10 bucks. Everybody should have this in their cabinet. I will start using this if my sebaceous filaments on my nose and in this area have been just gaining a little too much traction. I will start putting this in my routine. I'm like 2/3 full on this bottle. I was using it for that reason, and it works. It's got a cult following because it does work. Salicylic acid is your like biggest tool when it comes to enlarged pores, sebaceous filaments, etc. I'm on top of it right now for the time being because with just the cleansers that I use, but anytime my pores get out of control, this stuff every time it gets the job done. It's a workhorse. This was fun. Okay, this is the AHA BHA peeling solution by The Ordinary. It's that red stuff. I guess, yeah. So this stuff is no joke. And the red is from like a soothing like bark extract of something. But this is amazing. When you use it weekly, like if you're not doing other like treatments or devices or something that like would be incompatible with this, which I have been using. If I wasn't doing other stuff on a regular basis, I would be reverting to this because, I mean, bang for the buck, you can't beat it. This stuff, glycolic acid, has been proven to help out with collagen. It's very hydrating. I mean, believe it or not, because it's such a small molecule, it gets all into the skin, and it's a very anti-aging acid. So this has been great. I will be repurchasing that. I need it in my arsenal. Mandelic 10% by The Ordinary. This saved my lips. I really pushed the envelope when it comes to tretinoin. When I was putting it on my eyelids, I was like, I want to get my lips all plumped up too. So that was a mistake. I pushed my lips to the point where they were like chronically chapped. Like I had like this big sheet of like just mutated skin on my lips. It was perpetually dry. It couldn't catch up. And what I did was I put Mandelic acid into a little lip gloss container that I bought. I mean, I'm so extra. I could have just like patted it on with my finger. I did that twice a day for like 3 days, and then my lips were improving, so I backed it down to just once a day for another like 3 to 5 days. By the, by the end of that week, my lips were back to normal, and they have maintained. Anytime I feel like a little bit of dryness coming on, instead of reaching for the chapstick, I will do Mandelic 10% at night, and it's got a little bit of a oily like finish to this solution, so I just leave it on, and then I put like maybe some oil or chapstick on over that, and the next morning my problem is gone. Magic. And it was under $10. Okay. Then I also have this salicylic charcoal mask from The Ordinary. This stuff, charcoal, and it is what it says, you know, it's a mask. You just paint it onto your face. I used it the other day. This is a great little, like, I mean, if you don't want to, you know, do the regular topical, you can just knock out your pores or sebaceous filaments with this mask. And I did that a few days ago, and it was great. My skin, I mean, it just really cleans out the pores very nicely. Okay, we're getting to the end, you guys. I have a lot of stuff. This is The Ordinary's Vitamin C 23% L-ascorbic acid solution. This stuff, I just use it as a booster every once in a while because it pills. This would have been amazing. This would have been my vitamin C forever because it's not watery. It's neither water or oil based. It's kind of got this little gritty, it's almost, yeah, kind of a gritty white solution. You can, when you rub it between your fingers, it does feel kind of gritty. It's in a squalene base, so it feels oily, even though technically it's not oil. But anytime I use this, my other skincare or my SPF will pill, and that's been a buzzkill. So I just reach for this when I'm just doing like a one-off, I need one layer of something. I'll reach for the vitamin C. It's also my backup for if I run out of the other stuff I'm using, I will deal with it. I will deal with the pilling in order to have vitamin C in my routine. I purchased Bakuchiol. This I just got off Amazon. It's 30,000 parts per million, which comes out to 3% Bakuchiol. I don't know if that's true. It hasn't been fact checked, but I have this just to like try and have on hand in case I get pregnant. I can just slip this right into my routine as a little bit of a retinoid imitation. This isn't going to touch the power of tretinoin, but it will psychologically stint my routine for me. Okay, now I have this in my toolbox just to have, and I don't use it very often. One reason is because my IPL has an acne attachment, and I just put that acne lamp on it and zap whatever's coming up, and it's gone by the next day. If I had more acne, I would use this more. This is sulfur. It's a sulfur mask treatment. It's stinky, it's cheap, and it's effective. If I get hormonal acne, I will be using this more often. But it's good to have in case you need it, because when you need it, you need it. You don't want to wait for it to come. This is Cicaplast Balm B5. Now, if it was winter, I would probably use this more. My B complex from Platinum Skincare has been so amazing, and it's the right texture during summer, so that's what I've been using. This stuff is pretty thick. It's a balm. and it's a B5 balm. So it really helps with, it's a skin protectant. It's got dimethicone in it. Really helps the skin barrier. I plan on using this if I just push my skin a little too hard and I need some recovery. So I have that in like the medicine part of my skincare cabinet. Reaching the last 3 products here, we've got Prequil. This is a great lightweight moisturizer. I use this for my body. It's got 10% urea in it, which really helps with the retention of moisture in your skin. And what I do is I will mix a drop of my oil mix into it, and that really makes it, I mean, water will bead off of my skin because it's just so locked in with lotiony, oily moisture. Yeah, I've been really happy with this product. It's very versatile. I can use it as a facial moisturizer. I can use it all over my body. I spruce it up with my my little boosters, my oil. I could even put this, I could even put my bakuchiol in it. Or I could just use it by itself. This stuff has been a great Swiss Army knife when it comes to my body. And then Amlactin. This stuff, oh my God, if you don't know what Amlactin is, let me clue you in. Okay, this is 12% lactic acid. That will boost over regular use. This will boost the collagen in your body skin, okay? This, if you are dealing with crepey skin, use this and alternate it with a retinol lotion. That's what I did for my mom. It has transformed her skin. She was dealing with like scaly, dry, crepey skin. Her skin is amazing. Okay, this has a cult following. It's really basic. This 20 ounces was like 15 bucks, I want to say. Yeah, when I use this regularly, my skin on my body is just, it's like I was a baby. I've got like baby face skin on my legs, okay? Do yourself a favor, check it out. Amlactin. It comes in 12%, and I think there's like a boosted like 15% as well. This is what they had at Costco, so that's what I got. Last but not least, this is rose water that I use, and I just squirt this on my face when I need a little extra slip for my layers of skincare, and I'm trying to like have that moisture to transfer the Medicube device that I'm using. So it's electroporation, which pushes the products further into your face, but it needs a conductive water layer. So I will use this to kind of like to reconstitute my skincare in order to like use my device a little bit more. I will also use it to revive the gel on my face when I do microcurrent. So those are my 2 uses. It's really useful. I'll probably just refill it with regular water. It doesn't have to be rose water, but having a spray bottle of water has its applications in my cabinet. So that is everything I have. This video is going to be so long. It's probably going to take days to upload this. I am still pretty new with YouTube, so please be forgiving on that. Yeah, and subscribe. I would love to have you join my channel and see what else I have in store for you. I've got devices, I've got treatments, I've got all kinds of stuff coming down the pipeline. So I'm just so excited to share this enthusiasm that I have for this hobby of mine, of skincare. And I really hope that it gives you value, that it gets you excited to take care of yourself, to take care of your skin, because I know it's really breathed a lot of life and enthusiasm into my daily routines. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah.